We used to do after further review on Wednesdays on PFT Live. Chris Sims doesn't do Wednesdays this year. He's doing Monday instead, which is great. So what I've done is I've deferred after further review to an as-needed aspect of this broadcast, program, podcast, whatever it is. Interesting development happened during the late afternoon window on Sunday in two different games being played at the same time. And let me back up a step here. We all know that in the NFL, for a catch to be valid, you have to get 2 feet in, or one knee equals 2 feet, elbow equals 2 feet. But let's just focus on your feet. You got to get 2 feet in, not one. 2 feet have to be in. And if you see a guy on the sidelines do the toe tap, quick toe tap, boom, boom, step out of bounds, none of the rest of his foot touches in bounds, just the toes. It's a good catch. One of the things I learned from the league 10, 11 years ago, and it surprised me at the time, and we've seen it play out, where you're facing the field of play when the pass comes to you. Your toes are in, toes in, your heels come down out of bounds. That's not a catch. It's not enough for the 2 toes to be in if the rest of your foot comes down out of bounds. If you're facing the other way, looking over the shoulder, making the catch, tap, tap with your toes, step out of bounds, that's fine. I say that because Jake Bobo in the Cardinals-Seahawks game and Puka Nacua in the Steelers-Rams game both made catches that had a middle ground between tap, tap your toes and step out, and toe to heel, heel out of bounds, not a catch. In both cases, part of the foot hit in bounds, and as the natural movement of the foot continued, the foot finished out of bounds. It wasn't a toe tap. It wasn't toe heel, which is easy. It's boom, flat, up, out of bounds, no catch. This was something in between. The NFL's position was these are good catches. And the NFL insists these were good catches. Now, is it? I don't know. Terry McCauley, the NBC rules analyst, his position is if it's one continuous motion, the entire foot has to stay in bounds. And this was continuous motion. The foot rolls. You see the Nacua play. The side of the foot hits. As it rolls, the foot goes out of bounds. It's something the NFL really needs to get some clarity on. Now, it was consistent. The worst outcome would have been one's ruled incomplete and one is ruled complete. But the NFL's position is apparently that toe heel is only going to apply when it is strictly and completely toes down, heels land out of bounds. If part of your foot, and you're not doing toe heel, if part of your foot is in, and as your foot continues to roll, as your body continues to move, if it goes out of bounds, that's a catch. So I remember when and where I was when I first found out about the toe heel rule because it's counterintuitive. I got 2 feet in. That's it. Play's over. I got my 2 feet down. My 2 feet are down. Doesn't matter if my heels land out of bounds. I got my toes in. My toes are in. If that part of my foot hits before the rest of my foot's out of bounds, I'm in bounds. That's what it should be. Maybe that would eliminate the confusion. Let's just get rid of the toe heel rule. If you get part of your foot in before any of your foot's out, you're in if you get both of them in. So I've never seen that happen before. It happened twice in the same window, and watch, it's going to happen all the time now. But the NFL's position seems to be it's a catch as long as it's not toe heel. Maybe in the offseason, they just get rid of the whole toe heel thing and just say, if your feet are down, any part of your feet, you're good to go. And one thing I need to do, and I meant to do it before we got started today, but the rest of my work responsibilities got in the way. I want to look at the rule book and see if that's even in there. This may be one of those things that isn't even in the rule book, but they come up with this enforcement idea that has never been codified. I want to see what the rule says. I'll look it up, and when I write this up with this clip, hopefully I'll remember to actually find the rule, and we'll frame it that way. Let's see what the rule says. Then let's figure out whether or not the NFL is properly applying it. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.